this message came to me. There's something about like flowing water. Okay, I could be speaking to a water sign, or maybe you have an affinity for the element of water. And I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who's very musically inclined, somebody who loves challenges. Like outside of that, you could just be someone who loves to push themselves, who loves a challenge in whatever you do. Because I remember when my music teacher was like, he was talking to the flute section, he was like, y'all may not like this song. And that was because it was such a challenging piece. You really needed to ace breath work in order to play the song. And I loved every bit of it because for the first time, I actually had to slow down and learn the piece. Like, I would get it pretty quickly, but when it came down to that track, I had to study, you know? And just to give you an idea of the tempo, it was like, like on repeat. That was the tempo. And so you really had to you needed to have that breath work control. I remember that it made me happy that it was difficult. Like, finally, something for me to concentrate on. Okay, you could have ADHD, you could be somebody who sometimes feels like you get bored easily. Somebody could drive a Charger, or you could be into Hellcats. I'm hearing purr, so you like engines that purr, okay? Or you like to rev up your engine. Someone could drive a motorcycle. Yeah, I just completely spaced out. So maybe you can be someone in conversation, right? And people are talking to you, and you just trail off because your mind just starts thinking about possibilities, and you start to get really creative. Someone here, you could really benefit from a mini notepad, all right? Something that could help you track your thoughts. You're somebody that has ideas on the go, constantly. So you could be somebody that likes to add spices to your coffee. Like you like to do a little something. You like to do a little sprinkle. All right, I just heard sprinkle. So you can have extra money coming your way. You have such an easygoing, free-flowing energy. I'm actually going into this little bag and just seeing what comes out. So the first card is the Sun card, okay? We have that Leo energy, that inner child, okay? Your solar plexus. This is where you shine. This could be musically. This could also be your intellect. Wherever you put your mind to, that's where you shine. All right, let's see what else comes out of this bag. Something green. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Yo, that's giving me boom bap energy. So someone could be from Brooklyn. You could be from the Bronx. I just heard DJ Kool Herc. Damn, Kool Herc. So yeah, you could be someone who really studies music. Okay, they want another tarot card. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is what you love. This is what you live for. It's the shit that I live for, with the people I die for. Alright, so someone can listen to The Weeknd. Yeah, if you weren't getting paid to do this, you would still be doing this. I'm hearing coming back to the drawing board. Clean slate. Oh, it's a helicopter. So I could be speaking to an air sign. You may want a high rise, or you like to be on the roof. You're like the eagle. You like to oversee shit. You like to see things from a wider perspective. Okay, you could be a delegator, or someone here you need to be. That's where you shine. You shine from actually being in charge. Shine, and we just mentioned shine, the sun. How hot is the sun? Y'all, that is crazy. So according to Google, the sun gets around 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, approximately 5,600 degrees Celsius. So Spirit wanted me to share this part. It said the temperature rises from the surface inward toward the hot center of the sun at 27 million Fahrenheit, 15 million Celsius. Bruh, that bitch is hot. Like, if you really think about it, that's insane. Thank God God worked it out. Like, so you could be somebody who's really philosophical or intellectual, because you could start to think about God's creations. Like, wow, God really sat there and made bumblebees. God really sat here and made buffaloes. Like, you really start to think about shit. And just imagine if we felt the core of the sun. Like, that would be nuts. Okay, so there's something significant about fire, things heating up. And Spirit is saying, you're just getting started. Ah, see, I'm hearing method to the madness. There's a method to the madness. And I know she'll be the death of me. At least we'll both be numb. Okay, so we really got some weekend lovers in this message. One sec. Yeah. So they're reminding me of how the weekend is acting now. So you could be pivoting from something that you're used to doing into something else. But I'm pretty sure one of his albums mentions the word madness. Beauty behind the madness. So we just said method to the madness. And now we have beauty to the madness. So yeah, you're trying a new method, all right? Somebody could be into Teslas, but you're just getting started. And it's going to be this method, this new method that you're implementing is going to be the beauty behind it all. And they're showing me how behind the scenes, like, right, when there's a performance, everything is chaos, right? When those performers go out, everything looks put together. But if you look backstage, there's clothes everywhere, people are rushing, you have props on the floor, like, that doesn't matter, right? Because all of that is systematic. All of that is a part of getting things prepared to go out. Very much like when a chef is cooking, the kitchen gets messy, right? Because it's preparing a dish to go out. And when that dish goes out, it's all put together. Because you followed protocol, you followed the method. So don't worry about the mess, baby. Don't worry about the mess in the process of getting your shit together, in the process of crafting your intentions, in the process of practicing this instrument, whatever this is for you. It may not look sexy now, but when you get this shit prepared, it's gonna be real sexy. I don't know why they're using the word sexy. It's gonna be real sexy. It's gonna be put together.